nice. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. If you're not muted, if everyone would mute, that would be great. Hi, Wendy. I just saw you pop on, I think. All right, let's get in child's pose. Just pull your hips down towards your heels. Take a couple of breaths. Maybe a couple of deep sighs out of your mouth. Gently just rock your forehead side to side, clearing out space in that third eye center. And then let's take that right arm and thread the needle in our child's pose. So take your right arm underneath the left. Pull the hips back down if you had to kind of sit up to get that arm underneath. Come back to that breath. We'll stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths, seeing if you can walk that left hand out and reaching the right arm a little further. Maybe seeing if you can sink those hips back down towards the heels and just start to really get long here. Then unthread the needle, come back into your child's pose. Take a moment and then switch to the other side. Breath now even on the inhales and the exhales. Coming in and out through your nose, trying to only exhale through the mouth when we're releasing heat or working on that releasing breath. Couple more breaths here. Maybe on that next exhale, you start to walk the left hand out, reaching a little bit more, hips down to the heels, just stretching through this thread the needle. Then come back into your child's pose. On your inhale, let's rise, downward facing dog, upside down V, taking a couple breaths to get here. And then moving into either that stillness if you need it, or walking the dog, taking one heel into the earth as you bend the opposite knee, taking your time, moving slowly, or just holding here. Let's all find stillness if we haven't already, and then roll into that high plank. So with the cat spine, just start to roll into your high plank, shoulders stacked over the wrist, heels over the toes, belly's drawing in tight. And just one nice long plane here in this plank. My hips aren't lifted, my pelvic floor is not droopy. Everything's rolling into the midline, strong straight arms, breathing here. And then let's come forward on the tiptoes so the shoulders come slightly over the wrist and lower chaturanga, elbows graze the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dogs, hips rise. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Bend the knees first this time. Let's parallel the shins. Then roll forward. Think about a wave into that high plank and then lower chaturanga. Everything coming together here. Inhale, upward facing dog, hearts lift, down dog, hips rise. 2 more times. Start to go at your own pace. Bend the knees, parallel your shins first. Round through the spine, so puff through the back of the shoulders, and then lower chaturanga, elbows graze the ribs. Hearts lift to the front of the mat, hips rise to the sky. Last time through here, bending the knees. Rolling forward, pulling the belly in, rolling that spine, lowering chaturanga, hovering at the bottom for just that moment. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's all take a big breath in here, cleansing breath, open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg rises. Cheetah, knee to nose. Pull that knee into the spine, tuck the forehead to the knee. Let's lower the knee to the ground, modified side plank. So you're gonna lower that right knee to the ground, stack your left hip on top of the right, open up here, look up at your thumb, and then reach that hand over your head, bicep over the ears to the front of your mat. So now my side body is long here. Let's rise for that gate pose. So lift the upper body, arms come out to a T, and then reach toward the back of the mat. Cartwheel your hands down, 3-point, reach that right leg high to the sky. Right knee taps your left elbow, cross your body. Right knee taps right elbow, 3-point, downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Cheetah, knee to nose, draw it in tight, forehead to knee, tuck in. Lower that left knee to the ground and then inhale, open up for your modified side plank. We're gonna come back to this modified side plank later in class as well. Reach the arm overhead. Start to elongate through our side body here. 3-point, take that hand down, extend your left leg. Oh, I forgot the gate pose, excuse me. Let's inhale, rise, arms to a T, reach over to the back of the mat. Sorry, guys. And then cartwheel your hands down. Now find your 3-point, left leg sweeps high. Don't drag the foot. Cross your body, left knee taps right elbow. Get in here tight. Mountain climber prep, left knee taps left elbow. 3-point to downward facing dog. Let's rise high to the tiptoes, take a big step, hop, or walk into your first forward fold. Hang heavy here. Take your feet about hip bones distance apart. Taking opposite arm to opposite elbow if you'd like, or maybe interlacing those fingertips behind the head and letting the elbows draw toward the earth. Couple of options here, but make it all about your spine, elongating the spine, maybe bending the knees so the chest touches the thighs. Whatever you need to take here. Release your bind. Heel toe feet together, big toes will touch. And then reverse swan dive, come all the way up to the top, reaching the arms up overhead. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Palm the mat, step back, high plank. Let's hold our first one. Low plank chaturanga, hover for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's rise high to the tiptoes. Look where you're going, forward fold, top of that mat. Inhale as you halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise, come up when the thumbs touch. That's the cue to exhale and fold right back down. Halfway lift, hands to shins, belly in. Exhale, palm the mat, ride the exhale all the way back and down, plank to chaturanga. Then we inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, rise high to the tiptoes. Empty the breath as you find your forward fold. On the inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reach and rise, come up when the thumbs touch, fold right back down with the out breath. halfway lift. Vinyasa, step or hop back. You can take your vinyasas any way you like. Extra push-ups, handstands, handstand prep hops. You can float back, jump back, walk back, however you want to get into your vinyasas today. Right leg rises. Mountain climber prep, knees, taps, elbow. 3-point. Warrior 1. Working through the standard warm-up that we do in a lot of class on Sundays, reaching the arms up, holding the first round of the flow, parallel on that right thigh, knee tracking somewhere over toward the pinky toe. Bringing awareness to that left foot, the pinky toe side of that left foot rooting down. Hip coming forward on the left side, so my hips are square. Straighten out your legs, striker salute, right leg straightens, hands come to the earth, forehead to the ankle. Some of us may need to step that back foot in gently. Hold it here, pull breath into the back of the legs, especially if we're tight and have stuck energy. Let's find a triangle. So on the inhale, you're going to bring those right fingertips maybe up to your shins, reach the left hand up. Think about being in between two panes of glass, shoulder stack, hips stack. On your next exhale, vinyasa. Left leg rises. Mountain climber prep to start. Tap the knee to the elbow. 3-point. Warrior 1. Root your foot down, pivot that right heel to the ground. On the inhale, that's what brings the arms up. Right hip coming in line with the left knee tracking toward the pinky toe. Pinky toe edge of that right foot rooting down. Energetic through the arms and fingertips, but pulling the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing through the shoulders. Couple more breaths here, see if you can reach a little bit higher through the fingertips. On that next exhale, striker salute, straighten out the leg, take your hands to the ground, forehead to the ankle. Couple of breaths here to start to open up the backs of the legs, warming up our bodies for this practice. On your next inhale, let's find triangle. So open that body up towards the right side of the mat. My right arm reaches up, my left fingertips either down to the ground, to my ankle, to my shin. I did think of things besides a phone book you could use for blocks. You could use like cereal boxes or rice boxes or any kind of box. Took me 3 weeks, but I found something. And let's vinyasa, hands down, exhale, step back. Meet me in downward facing dog. Next 2 rounds, we're going to go a little bit faster. We'll also pause for you guys to work on your mountain climbers. Right leg rises. Mountain climber prep. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3-point, come back. Warrior 1, right foot in between your hands. So we inhale, rise. Retain that breath, settle into this posture, and then exhale, striker salute, legs straightens, forehead to ankle, hands to the ground. On the next inhale, triangle, let's open up, extend, get long. Exhale like a wave, find your vinyasa. Move right into your left side, left leg rises. Mountain climber prep if you want to fly. Create a shelf, chaturanga arms, right leg lifts. Nice job. 3-point. Warrior 1, root that foot in between your hands, rise on the in-breath. We'll hold that inhale at the top, draw the belly in here, and then strikers, hands down, forehead to ankle. On your next inhale, open triangle. Everything starting to come together like a little dance. Vinyasa, right hand down, step those feet back to meet each other at the back of the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, let's move through it. Right leg rises. Mountain climber prep. We'll hold here if you like to fly, lifting that left leg. 3-point. Warrior 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, strikers. Inhale, let's open. Exhale, vinyasa. Left side, left leg rises. Mountain climber prep. 3-point. Warrior 1. Inhale, come up, bring that breath with you, and you bring your arms up overhead, and then exhale, ground through the palms of the mat. Inhale, open, triangle, extending the fingertips to the sky, hips and shoulders in a line. Exhale, vinyasa, letting it all out on that out breath. Rise high to the tiptoes, hop to the front of your mat, feet come about hip bones distance apart. That's 2 fists in between your feet. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out the back. Exhale, hinge and fold forward, maybe bending the knees and taking the elbows to either side of your mat. You can shake that head yes or no. Release your bind, heel toe feet together, big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the ground. Utkatasana chair, let's hold it. Check in with your feet, make sure you can see your toes. If you can't, sit back just a little bit. Lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades down your back like you could tuck them into your back pocket. Let's take the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift through the ribs, and the exhale, we twist left elbow to the right knee, or take that elbow to the inside of your knees if you need to. Round 1, we're gonna hold. If you wanna work on opening the arms, working on any side crow or other postures that you take from here, go ahead. We'll hold for about 7 breaths. That should give everybody a good amount of time to play around or just hold and work on that big twist. So we're gonna do a decent amount of twisting today in class. Maybe some of you have had a lot of wine because you've been inside, like me, and twisting might feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's all good. It's just all that stuff twisting out. If you're floating or flying, let's all come back, chair, prayer, twist. Step your left foot back. Let's find a reverse warrior. So my left foot steps to the back of the mat, heel pivots, arms come out to a T. I flip the palm and reach back, reversing my warrior. Hold it here, making sure we have a lunge in that knee. Let's find our easy twist. So we're going to take that left hand down to the inside of the right foot, pivot the left toes forward, and reach your right arm up. And then we'll inhale, rise, high, lunge. So sweep the arms up here so that right hand will graze the mat, then you'll bring both arms up overhead. Let's add a little back bend. Cactus the arms, shine the heart forward. Beautiful. Hands come up. Standing splits or handstands, handstand prep hops. Standing splits, left toes touch the ceiling, get long toe to toe. Handstands, you know what to do. If you want a handstand prep hop, you just start to hop up, eventually landing in your handstand. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And then we're gonna lunge back, 3-point right leg will come high to the sky. Bend the knee, open your hip, let's work into a flip dog. Maybe you wanna come into your wheel, we're still a little early, but you're welcome to do whatever you want here. Reaching back. And then we'll come back into our 3-point right leg rises. Keep your leg lifted, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog. Now our toes can touch the ground. Downward facing dog, hips rise. Let's rise high to the tiptoes, bend the knees and hop forward into that forward fold. On the inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the ground, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink deep into your chair, pulling your bellies in, hearts lifting forward, arms straight if we can, making sure we can see the toes. Loosening up if we have a grip with our toes, if we're holding our mats or our towels, just loosen up a little bit. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, we lift first, and then exhale, twist right elbow, left knee. Working that bottom collarbone up to the sky, to the ceiling, wherever you're practicing, working into side crows, any other arm balance, or just simply opening the arms to fly. Working on maybe getting the elbow to the outside if we're between our knees. Take about 4 more breaths here wherever you're playing. Keep going. Work your way back into that lunge prayer twist. Right foot will step back right into reverse warrior. So step your right foot back, pivot that heel to the ground, open your arms, flip the front palm and reach back, pulling breath into that side body. Parallel thigh on the left side, knee still tracking over toward the pinky toe. It's just like that warrior bottom. Warrior lower body, I don't know what sounds better. Easy twist as you take that hand to the ground. Pivot the right toes forward, extend the left arm up. Pull the belly in, get a little tighter in that twist. On your next inhale, rise. Let's find a high lunge. And then back bend on that exhale, cactus the arms, shine the heart to the sun. Arms sweep up high, standing splits, handstands, handstand, prep hops. Beautiful postures, everyone. Keep breathing here. We've got about 3 more breaths. Let's lunge back, find that 3-point, left leg rises. Bend the knee, open your hip, flip that dog, find a wheel, whatever you're gonna do here. Do it with some intention, with some purpose. Flip back, 3-point, keep that leg lifted. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold here for just a moment. Open mouth exhale if you need to release that heat. When you're ready, let's rise high to the tiptoes. Bend the knees, put weight into your palms, and float your toes to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sweep the ground, Utkatasana, chair pose. We're going to still hold a couple of these postures. Hands come to heart center. And then we'll twist left elbow to the outside of that right knee, hooking the elbow to the knee. If you want to fly here, we got about 5 breaths. When you're ready, let's make our way back to that prayer twist. And step that foot back, finding your reverse warrior. Left foot steps back, pivots, arms to a T, front palm flips, you reach back, breath comes through the ribs. Easy twist, cartwheel your hands down, left hand to the inside of the right foot, left toes pivot, right arm reaches. Inhale, let's sweep up, finding your high lunge. Find that back bend. Inhale, bring the arms right back up. Hands down to frame your foot, toe to toe. Let's find standing splits, handstands, or handstand prep hops. Lunge back 3 point. Bend the knee, open your hip, flip your dog, find wheel. If you're going into wheel and you're feeling really comfortable, you want to add some strength, you can do your wheel push-ups. Let's all flip back 3 point, right leg high to the sky. Let's vinyasa with that leg lifted high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Rise high to the tiptoes. Bend the knees, look where you're going, empty the breath and find a fold. On the inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last time through, sweep the ground, find your chair. Hands come to heart center. Lift and lengthen, and on the exhale, finding your twist. Holding it here for about 5 breaths, working into side crows, any arm balances that we want to do, maybe just extending the arms. You can take those hands down if we're not quite inside crow. You can still take the hands to the ground and feel what that weight distribution is like when you create the chaturanga arms. You don't even have to lift a toe to start working in that position. Let's all start floating back into our lunge prayer or our chair prayer twist. And then we step back. Let's finding our reverse warrior. So that right foot steps to the back of the mat. Pivot and let's open. Flipping the front palm, reaching back, pulling breath in through the left side ribs. Easy twist, cartwheel your right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Right toes pivot, left arm reaches. Sweep the ground with that left hand and then bring both arms up overhead, finding that high lunge. Cactus the arms, open the heart, find that back bend. Inhale, sweep the arms up and take your hands to the ground, standing splits, handstands, handstand prep hops. Lunge back, let's find our 3 point. Bend the knee, open your hip, flip dogs, wheels, mad dogs, wherever you're working here. Flip back to your 3 point, straighten out that leg, vinyasa with the leg lifted, and let's all meet in downward facing dog. Rise high to the tiptoes and hop through to a boat pose. Finding that boat pose. Making sure we're not leaning too far back, we're not on the low back, we're on the sits bones. Our knees can be bent, our legs can be straight. We can have hands to the ground. You can see Bridget's got peace fingers to her big toes if you want to extend. And take about 60 seconds of ab work for yourself. So if you have a block, you can pass that block from hands to feet. You can do boats to canoes. You can do some like legs in a V, just kind of pulsing up, crunches, sit-ups, hold your planks, whatever you're going to do for 60 seconds. Let this be a part of your practice where you can find a little bit of freedom in what you feel like doing. Let's take about 30 more seconds. We're halfway there. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into your chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. So what we have left is kind of like, I guess, a mega flow is what I'll call it, because it does have more than like our normal like 5 postures in this quick flow. So we're going to do a little bit more as far as postures in the flow. We'll move right side to left side. Add some back bends toward the end, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. So that's where we are now. So we'll hold these postures. If you know that you can kind of modify or add some variations, you totally go on and do that. I'll call for some. You may just be doing your own thing. That's totally fine. So let's start to roll forward and back until we come all the way up to a standing position. Take your hands together at heart center. Close your eyes for just a moment. Reset with your breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's vinyasa. So take your hands to your mat. Ooh, that was country when it came out of my mouth. Step back. Lower through, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rises, 3-point. Mountain climber, prep if you want to fly, fly. We're only here for a brief moment. Come back into your 3-point. Warrior 2, bring your right foot in between your hands, left heel pivots, arms come out to a T. Look out past your front middle finger. We've got this really nice sturdy and strong, low body, grounded into our feet, knee tracking over toward the pinky toe. We're going to Skandasana to the back of our mat. That's that side lunge. So pivot your left knee and toes to the left corner of your mat and find that lunge. Heart stay lifted. Hold it here if you want to work into your binds. If you want to reach the arms out to the side, we have so many cool variations in Skandasana. I love this posture. Lots of fun stuff you can do here. Before we go anywhere, just listen to where we're going to go. We're going to come into a lunge with a prayer twist. So we're going to stay low to the ground, come to the front of your mat, sweep the arms up, and then on that exhale, prayer twist. Left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Let's inhale, open up, reverse your warrior. Pivot the left heel to the ground, arms to a T, flip the front palm, reach back. Side angle, we'll hold here for about 5 breaths, working into birds and binds and anything else you've got in your side angle. If you're working on half binds, this is a great place. If you have a towel, you can work into full binds if we're not quite hand to hand. Lots of things we can use at home: straps, belts, ties, dog leashes, like all kinds of stuff for straps. A lot more things I can think of for straps than I can for blocks for whatever reason. So we can work into these binds in our practices at home with all the stuff that we have. Let's take 3 more breaths. If you're floating, if you're in that bird of paradise, slowly start to come down. If you're binding, start to unwind your bind. Everyone meet me back in side angle. Let's move into our easy twist. Take your left hand down, left toes pivot forward, and right arm reaches up. So we've been here. Maybe you want to get deeper in your twist by taking your left hand to the outside of the right foot. Pinky toe and pinky finger start to line up. Let's step back, side plank. So my right foot's going to step back. My right, yeah, think about that, yes. Right hip steps on top of the left. Maybe you're lifting that leg high to the sky. All right, this is a new transition. I don't think I've done it before. We're going to come into Kundalini. Bring your right foot to the front of your mat. Take your right hand to the ground and then bring your left knee behind your right. No twist, just our Kundalini. Start grounded in the hands and then lift your hands up if we're ready for that hands at prayer. Let's hold it here. We'll all get steady. We're going to come to revolve big toe hold. Take your right hand to your left leg or your peace fingers to your left big toe. Revolve big toe hold. You're always able to take that hand to the knee as well. Lunge back, 3-point. Let's find our revolve side plank. So you're going to take that right foot to the top left corner of your mat. Open your heart. Maybe you keep that foot lifted up off the ground or catch your big toe working into compass. And we've got all levels going on. Nice, everyone. Those look awesome. We're going to flip into a side plank. I told you all the twists today. So find the side plank. Just flipping to the other side of the mat. Now we're going to come into modified side plank. So we're at that side plank. And now you're going to switch sides, take the knee to the ground. Modified side plank. Lift that leg, bend the knee, reach back, find the bind, hand to foot, open up the chest here. Beautiful. Come back to your breath. We're towards the end of the first side. Release and come back. 3 point. Release that bind. Downward facing dog. Let's come into a high plank. Low plank. Let's get 3 more. High plank. Low plank. High plank. These are always optional. Low plank. 1 more high plank. Low plank, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our left leg high to the sky. Mountain climber prep. Tap that knee to the elbow. If you want to fly, create chaturanga arms and lift your right leg up off the ground. Come back 3 point. Warrior 2. Root to inhale, rise, come up. Let's find that Skandasana side lunge to the back of our mat. In just a moment, we're going to find that lunge prayer twist. So stay low to the ground, sweep the arms up for a brief high lunge, and then twist your right elbow to the outside of that left knee. And then let's inhale, open, reversing that warrior. Reach back, flip the front palm, breath coming in through that side body. Stay low in the lunge on the left side. Side angle, all those options in our side angle. Birds, binds, whatever you got. Breathe. We'll take about 3 more breaths here. If we're in bird, let's come down. Binds, let's start to unwind. Everyone meeting back in side angle. We'll move to our easy twist. Right hand down, right toes forward, left arm reaches up. Maybe taking that hand to the outside of the foot, pinky toe and pinky finger lining up if we're feeling we're ready for a deep stretch here, or a deep twist here. Let's step back, finding that side plank. Left hip stacks the right. Maybe lifting that leg up, or maybe you need to take the knee down to the ground. Lots of options in our side plank here. Let's bring that left foot forward, Kundalini. So bring your left foot to the front of the mat. Draw your right knee closely behind the left. Stay low to the ground. When you are ready, when you're stable, then bring the arms up. Couple more breaths here, maybe getting a little bit lower. Revolve big toe hold. As you inhale, you're going to bring that right knee up. Maybe peace fingers catch the right big toe, your left peace fingers catch the right big toe, or you take your left hand to the outside of the knee. Let's lunge back 3 point. Right foot touches the ground, hands touch the ground, left leg rises. Revolve side plank, left foot to the top right corner of your mat. Inhale as you open, catching that foot, compass pose. Maybe you just get the foot lifted a little bit. I've told you this before. You can feel it before anyone can see it. So if that foot's to the ground, engage and lift it just a little bit. Side plank, we're going to switch back. Side plank, left hip stacks that right. Pressing away from the earth, an arch coming from the wrist to the ankle. And then we're going to switch again, modified side. Take the left hand to the ground, left knee to the ground, right arm reaches. And then lift that right leg, bend the knee, reach back for that hand and foot, finding that stretch. Release there, 3 point. To downward facing dog. Let's reach your right leg high to the sky. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Come up for just a moment for a high lunge. Just inhaling here. If you want to add a back bend, add a back bend. We're just going to transition. Take your hands to the ground, walking around to the long side of your mat, wide leg here. We're going to be toes in, heels out for a wide leg fold. Let's inhale, come up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold if you want to work on your handstands, your headstands, if you want to work on that firefly posture, wherever you want to be here. You want to just hang in your wide leg fold, let that head be heavy. Lots of options. Take about 5 more breaths wherever you are. Inhale, let's halfway lift. And then we're going to walk it around to the back of your mat. So we're going to do a lunge to the back of your mat now. So when you get in that lunge position, then sweep the arms up. Adding your back bend, squeezing and cactusing the arms, maybe interlacing your hands back behind you, whatever gets that heart lifted. Hands down to frame your foot. Walk it through long side of your mat. We're going to twist this time. You're going to take your left hand directly in front of that forehead and reach the right arm up. Try not to pop that hip up. Keep the hips square. And switch. Bring both hands to center, walk it around to the front of your mat. Heel toe your right foot to the left corner of your mat for pigeon. Come into that pigeon pose. If you need to do pigeon on your back, flip onto your back and find that figure 4, that supine pigeon. Lower that chest to the ground when you're ready. Take a few moments there. Surrender in your pigeon. Take a couple more breaths. While we're here, I'll go ahead and tell you we have a couple of switches for the schedule next week, but for the most part, everything stays the same. So if you found something you really like or a time that really works for you, the schedule will be basically as is. There was a switch on Saturday. There'll be a 4 p.m. on Saturday class now. Katrina's adding a 9 a.m. class on Thursdays, a core class. So there's a couple of changes, but for the most part, everything will be the same. And I think there's such a good variety, which is really nice. I think that's what we need right now. And everything that we've done up until this class is on YouTube, unless a teacher asks me not to put it on there. So yeah, there's lots of stuff. You can stream classes anytime. They're all donation based. If you can find people's Venmo if you are able and feel comfortable donating, that's awesome. If not, we just ask them to pay it forward down the line, you know? This is just something that we can continue to do to give back to you guys. And I hope that everyone's really enjoying all their practices. If you want to work into your mermaid or king pigeon, bend that knee, reach back, hooking the foot into the nook of the elbow, or just settle in here for about 5 more breaths. I know I said it last week, but like whenever this is over and we can get back in the studio, we're going to be doing like a lot of hand-to-hand. We're going to be doing a lot of like, yes, we're back together, we're touching each other's hands, we might hug, I don't know, we won't do any eye gazing or anything. But this definitely makes me miss like the 39 people crammed into our room, like so close. I love it so much, and I miss you guys, and I miss that energy more than I honestly thought that I ever would. If you have that foot, let's release. Don't slingshot, slowly release. However you like to come into another side, the other side of pigeon, do it. If you like to rock over to the hip and stretch it out, down dog, table, whatever you like to do, make your way to pigeon, left foot's gonna come forward. I was telling Bridget before class started, I've been like personally, especially at the start of all this, was dealing with a lot of anxiety. I am someone like if you sent me a text tomorrow that said, hey, when you have some free time, like I want to talk, I would be like, okay, I have free time immediately because I need to know what you want to talk about. Like that would worry me until my hair fell out. So my anxiety level, like we're living in what is my biggest cause of anxiety. We're living in the unknown. So for the first like week and a half, 2 weeks, and I'm still pretty anxious, but I'm getting much better. I mean, I was like high level, like didn't know what to do. So I've been gravitating more toward these like really slow classes, these like meditations and slow flows and things that keep me really grounded. So pay attention to like what your body needs. Some of you might be feeling completely stir crazy in your homes, and that's awesome. And these kind of power practices release all that energy, but really pay attention to what your body and mind are telling you and gravitate towards those classes. You know, if you need to ground, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, hop into a class. Like Mary's got some meditation. Sterling, I did an amazing slow flow with Sterling last week and I loved it so much. So just kind of look at the different teachers, see what you need. If you need some structure, if you are like winging it, doing like everything else, you need some structure, we have that 26. It's the same postures every time. So there's something for all of the needs that everyone is probably having right now. And you can really find a lot of what you need if you just listen to your body and kind of gravitate. And I'm happy to answer, like if you're feeling a certain way, you know, message me, let me know, I'll give you a class to take. If you want to work into that king pigeon, reach back. We'll take about 5 more breaths here if you're working in that king pigeon or mermaid. And then however you want to come to a seat, come to your seat. Another thing I did last night, and I feel certain I could look really quick that it's still on his story. So you guys obviously know, like, I'm a Jonah Kess junkie and I love him. And he did a meditation last night at like 10:45. It was a live meditation on Instagram. There were like 400 people doing it, and it was amazing. I don't know if anybody else took that last night. It was so good. And it should still be on his stories for the next like 24 hours. If you need a meditation for 15 minutes, highly, highly, highly recommend it. It was really good. Let's come down to our back. So come down to your back, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice gentle squeeze, knees coming into the chest. And rock side to side, allowing your knees to drape over to the right, finding a supine twist. Come back to center. And then take your knees to the next side. Come back to center. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a gentle little squeeze. Take your legs straight up to the sky. And then just reach the arms up. Don't pull your shoulders off the ground or anything. Just a gentle waterfall. And then lower down into your Shavasana. Take up some space. Let's all take a big deep breath in together. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, take a big breath in. Exhale, let it out. Take up space. Enjoy these next few moments of relaxation. While we're here, I'm going to read to you just a little reading I have on Santosha. It's contentment. I talk a lot about contentment. And what contentment doesn't mean is just, you know, being and accepting everything that's going on and like that all disappears. Like, it doesn't mean that conflict disappears. Doesn't mean that these weird times that we're living in disappear. I'm going to read to you this reading about what contentment really means. Santosha. Contentment means keeping a positive attitude in difficult times. We can choose to wallow in the darkness and difficulty, or we can rise above our challenges and see them as opportunities for transformation and the discovery of immense and lasting joy. The more we choose contentment, the more we are able to grow. Let's bring some movement to the fingers and toes. Arms reach up overhead. Take a big, deep, awakening stretch. Pull your knees into your chest, start to gently rock up until you're seated in a forward, or until you're up in a seated position. Hands come to heart center. And let's take a moment and just consider a gratitude practice, bringing to mind 3 things in this moment we're grateful for. Thank you to each of you for spending time with me today, coming to class. The light in me sees and honors the beautiful, bright, divine light that resides in each one of you and in all living beings. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. You're welcome to unmute and chat for a little bit if you'd like. I really appreciate it. You guys are the bees.